Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. I'd like to say hello to Julian and Fabian from Singapore. Hello to Ryan from Ottawa. Hello to teachers Kayla and Alexa and our friends from Room 8 at Child Roots Preschool in Portland, Oregon. Hello to Scotty, Bonnie, Ainsley, Cammie, and Jamie. Hello to Annie and Molly Daystick. And hello to Aaron Wong from Roseville, Minnesota, who is 9. Happy belated birthday to Dylan from Indianapolis, who turned 5 on April 20th. Happy belated birthday to Blossom, who turned 6 on April 21st, from Mommy, Daddy, and little sister Dusty. Happy belated birthday to Paige, who turned 6 on April 25th. Happy belated birthday to Zoe, who turned 7 on April 26th. Happy birthday to Rex, who is turning 8 on April 27th. Happy birthday to Neve from Bay of Plenty, New Zealand, who is turning 8 on April 27th. And happy birthday to Max from Cochrane, Alberta, who is turning 9 on April 30th. Wishing you an amazing birthday from Mom, Dad, Joe, Sierra, and Douglas. Happy birthday to you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. Shoutouts and birthday wishes are one way we give thanks to our supporters. If you would like to support us and receive more bedtime entertainment like this, all ad-free, please visit our support page at sleeptightstories.org/support. Thank you. Puddles the pig is back and ready for another adventure. Splash has let all the animals out of the barn, and they are getting ready for a soccer game. Splash tells the animals that Puddles is in charge because he has to go to town with Farmer Vernon. He also tells them to stay out of the back field because there has been some trouble there. Peepers doesn't think Puddles is smart enough or brave enough to be in charge. So he decides to head out to the back field and show everyone how brave and smart he is. Puddles saves Peepers the chicken. As the sun rises over Farmer Vernon's Hampshire farm, the dew is heavy on the grass, and the air is cool and crisp with a gentle breeze blowing. The farm animals are starting to stir, and the air is filled with the gentle sounds of the chickens cooing, the pigs snuffling and oinking, and the cows lowing and mooing. But above all is the sound of Chester, the old rooster, announcing, the only way he knows how, that it was time to wake up and start the day. As Splash pulled open the barn door, the sweet scent of yesterday's freshly mown hay wafted in, and the sounds of chirping birds and buzzing bees filled the air. The fields were coming alive with the sounds of green rustling leaves and grass and the distant lowing of cows from across the way. Every summer morning was much the same, with the big animals walking out first, followed by the pigs, and then finally the chickens. Splash, the big farm dog, guided them safely out the door lest someone got underneath a large cow's hooves. The animals at Hampshire Farm were free to roam the fields and pastures, returning to their pens only when they needed shelter or night approached. These animals were smart and playful, often inventing games to pass the time. Today they were excited to play their favorite game, a farm animal version of soccer, using a large blue ball nearly the size of a small calf. Teams of pigs and cows played with abandon while chickens watched and cheered from the sidelines. Although the chickens were too small to play, they participated by counting goals and adding their spirited clucks to the event. "Okay, everyone, make sure you have a good bite to eat before the game today," Splash said to all the animals. "Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch as I have to go to town with Farmer Vernon. So be good and stay away from the back fields. There has been some trouble out back of late, and I won't be able to help you if you get into some. While I am gone, Puddles is in charge." The chickens clustered eagerly around the outside of the barn, where Farmer Vernon had scattered some seeds for them to peck at. "Puddles? Cluck, cluck. What does he know? He's just a young piglet," Peepers the young chicken said to his old mother hen. "Eat your seed, child, and listen to what Splash says. Puddles means well and is brave and very smart." "Huh, I don't think he is so smart and brave," he replied quietly. "I'll show everyone how smart is." Meanwhile, the pigs snuffled contentedly at the outdoor trough, happily munching on fresh vegetables. In the distance, the cows could already be seen, lined up on the far side of the field, warming up for their beloved soccer game. For these cows, the game was no laughing matter. They took soccer seriously and played to win. "I really wanted to play soccer today. I'm as good as the best on the team. But now that Splash is gone for the day, I have to sit on the sidelines," Puddles said as he ate some potato peels. "Now, Puddles," his father said, "you accepted the responsibility of being Splash's assistant. He and the rest of us animals are confident you will do a good job. Besides, your legs are too small, you silly piglet," his sister said. "You aren't as good at soccer as you think you are." "I'm faster and better than you," Puddles retorted. "In your dreams." "What you lack in size, you make up for in smarts," his mother said, chuckling. "Oh, Mom, you are going to give him a superiority complex by always telling him he is so smart. Puddles is as smart as a pig with a PhD in mud studies." "What do you know?" Puddles replied. Puddles was the smartest pig that Farmer Vernon had ever seen, and that was saying something. With his fluffy round body, soft pink skin, and mud-like stripes on his legs and belly, Puddles was both cute and clever. His sister told him that the stripes weren't there when he was born and resulted from him always jumping in mud puddles. Puddles didn't quite believe her, but he was an optimist and thought anything was possible. His friends liked to tease him, claiming that the stripes were a sign of his intelligence. The more mud, the smarter he was. And he was always covered in mud. "Okay, everyone, let's start the game," the cows said. "What is this, the Moo-Olympics? I'm not quite done eating yet," an older chicken complained. "Hurry up, we all want to play," one of the younger pigs said as she passed by on the way to the field. With all the animals finally assembled in the field, ready and excited to play the game, Bessie the cow started the proceedings. "All right, listen up, everyone," said Bessie as she stood before the assembled pigs, chickens, and other cows. "Here are the rules for our game. First, there will be 2 teams, the pigs and the cows. Each team will have 4 players, and one team will start with the ball. The goal is to get the ball into the other team's goalpost at the opposite end of the field. You can use any part of your body to move the ball, but no hooves are allowed. That's cheating. The team with the most goals at the end of the game wins. Also, watch out for the sidelines. If the ball goes out, the other team gets a push-in. And if someone fouls, you have to go to the sidelines for a few minutes until you're allowed back in. And remember, this is supposed to be fun, so don't be too rough. All right, let's get out there and play a good game, Bessie said, as she led the animals out to the field to begin playing. She may say it's for fun, but those cows take this game really seriously, one of the pigs said as she took her position. As the players assembled on the field, the chickens stood on the sidelines, ready to play their part. Except for one, Peepers. "Oh no, where is Peepers?" his mother asked. "Where could he be? That young cluck is always getting in trouble." "I saw him walking toward the back field, but I was too excited to moo after him," Bessie said. "He's not supposed to go back there. Splash said there was trouble," Chester, who always announced the start of the game, said. Puddles stepped forward from where he was standing watch over all the animals and said, "I'll go look for him and bring him back. If we aren't back shortly, it might be best if the cows called the neighboring farm for help." "Should we wait to start the game?" Bessie asked. "No, go ahead and play," Puddles sighed. I'm sure Peepers has just wandered off a bit too far." Peepers heard the noises of the other animals preparing for the game as he quickly strutted towards the back field, lost in thought. "I'm going to show the other animals on the farm that I am smart and brave too. I'm more than just a cheerleader for a game of soccer. I know that there are many great big worms in the back field, and if I can find them and get enough to bring back for the other chickens to eat, maybe they will appreciate me too. And besides, what dangers could there possibly be in the back field? We used to come back here all the time." Peepers thinks of himself as a very smart chicken, perhaps even smarter than Puddles the piglet. Unfortunately, Peepers has a tendency to get into trouble. He often acts impulsively without thinking things through, which can lead to disastrous consequences. Like the time he wanted to show that he knew how to turn off the lights in the barn, which he did, but he didn't know how to turn them back on. So the animals spent the whole evening in the dark. "Okay, there is the ground that is sure to have lots of worms. No one but me would recognize the special spots that worms gather." Peepers wasn't the only animal in the back field that day. Puck the fox had been roaming the back field all week, only scurrying away when Splash came by on patrol. Puck had fiery orange fur and twinkling black eyes that sparkled mischievously in the sunlight. His bushy tail twitched with excitement as he caught the scent of something he thought might be delicious to eat. Walking closer to the scent, he saw Peepers, with his sleek, feathered body with black and white speckles. digging absent-mindedly in the moist red dirt. Puck was cute and playful, but he was also a fox, so he slowly but surely kept closer and closer to Peepers. He was so quiet that none of the other animals, except Splash, would have been able to hear him. And he crept closer and closer still. Puddles trotted over the hill that led to the back field when he finally saw Peepers pecking at the ground in the distance. "That silly chicken! What is he doing way out here? There is plenty to eat back at the farm. And what about our soccer game?" he said with a sigh. Then, as he continued towards Peepers, Puddles saw someone else crouching nearby. This must be the trouble that Splash was talking about. It's Puck the fox, and he looks like… Oh no, what do I do? It's too late to go back and get a big cow to come and help. I must help Peepers before it's too late. I may be a small piglet, but I am smart and know what I can do. I can make lots of noise. "I have found so many worms," Peepers said to himself. "Wait till I bring all these back for the other chickens. They will think I am smart then." Then, as Peepers looked up, he saw a pair of sparkling black eyes staring at him. It was Puck the fox. He froze. He was scared stiff and couldn't think of what to do. Then the loudest squealing noise Peeper had ever heard came closer and closer, getting louder and louder, scaring him almost out of his feathers. But more importantly, scaring Puck the fox, who thought it must be a great big monster coming. Puck ran off. As Puddles arrived, Peepers realized the seriousness of what might have happened. "Puddles, thank you," Peepers said as Puddles arrived. "What were you thinking, Peepers? Why would you come out here by yourself, especially after Splash told us not to?" "Well, I guess I wanted to show that I was smart too." "Everyone knows you are smart, Peepers. Splash always tells me that the best way to show you are smart and brave is by setting and achieving challenging goals, learning new things, and helping others." "That's easy for you to say. You are Splash's assistant, and everyone says you are smart." "I am always scared when I have to help him, and he's been kind and helps me when I fail. You just don't see all my mistakes." "You make mistakes?" "Everyone seems to say nice things about you recently." "I make many mistakes. Besides, people are always nice." "Do you want to go back and watch the soccer game with me? You can help me watch out for Puck the fox. Then you can tell the others about all the worms you found. When Splash comes back, we can ask him to lead us back here," Puddles said as they quickly walked back to the field outside the barn. "Thank you, Puddles," Peepers said with a happy cluck. And that is the end of our story. Good night. Sleep tight.